everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Puree, by the way, and today we're going to be doing another Lolita YouTubers collab. So this collab is going to be, it is the November collab, just a general autumn theme. So I'm wearing a brown Innocent World dress with some gold and pearl and silver. It's like a gold silver accent. Like, I just got new glasses so now I can see better. And this is what I'm going for. It's a very simple look because I like simple classic looks, and now that it's getting cold outside again, I can actually wear the long sleeve thing, so that's what I'm going for. And the collab was made by Luna, but I'm going to put their channel info right here for you. You can check them out. They made this collaboration, so it's always nice to have somebody create a collaboration for us to use. So let's get into it. So Luna gave a few different topics for this collaboration, which they stated that you could use like one or do a little combo. So I think what I'm gonna do is pick 3 of them and kind of answer and give my perspective on them. So the first one is, how have you changed in Lolita fashion since you started? Well, since I first started, like when I first actually got my first Lolita pieces ever, I've changed significantly because I was very interested in sweet Lolita fashion. I really liked over the top, sweet, like sugary carnival, over the top 2010 sweet. So that's what I was really into. I think that's like what most people who get into Lolita often get into at first, because it's like the most eye-catching one and usually the one that gets the most like attention online and stuff. So it gets like the most exposure. So yeah, that's a huge difference from what I'm like today. I'm like so toned down. I like old school and classic and some gothic stuff. I still I like sweet things. I just that's like not where my wardrobe goes to. So that's like a huge difference. Also, I would say like from when I started like a little bit more than a year ago now, getting back into the fashion, I was really interested in classic, which I still am, but I was still like very much leaning towards following the rules and like really worried about breaking rules. And like I was like, instead of allowing myself to have self-expression in what I liked in the fashion, I was like following what I saw as like modern classic and what that should look like. And so I did get some pieces that I liked, but I would style them in very much a way that like would be suitable for the communities I was in, and I personally didn't really fall in love with. I just realized that my hair is a little bit messed up right here. So I'm different from that because now I just kind of wear what I like to wear and how I like to wear it, and it just so happens to be with Lolita stuff. It's just not in what is the most what's a good way to put it, like the most pure way that you can, I guess. I don't know what you would describe it as, but I just I don't let it go through this filter of like making sure my wrists are covered and making sure that I wear this amount of accessories, or that I have like these like colors or motifs that are like used and things like that. So I think that has changed a lot. I also was still dabbling a little bit in sweet stuff, and in reality I found a different section of Lolita that I really liked that I didn't even like know was okay and existed, because when I first got into the fashion, it was like I literally learned that like wearing black and white was Ida, and don't get too into certain lace types or like things of those nature. And even though like I might have like taken those words in the wrong way or something, in the past where I thought things like black and white were supposed to be considered eat in the community, it still like was that kind of energy, and that's the whole reason why I was fearful of it. Going back into the community as an adult was different though, but I still wanted to be accepted. I didn't want to, you know, not be appreciated or welcomed in a group that is already very niche. So I really wanted to do my best to like please other people with what I had. And honestly, that made me extremely miserable. And now that I don't do that, I am like so happy with Lolita and my like what I am in Lolita fashion. Because when I first started out, like, not when I first started out, but like when I first started out again, like it was like so confusing for me because I was very into it, but then I felt so lost, and I felt like I wasn't even like doing what I liked with the fashion. Like I liked the fashion, but it didn't even feel like I was happy with it because I was like doing all these things that like other people would have liked, but I didn't personally enjoy. So that's the biggest difference. And yeah, I'll probably like put 2 pictures right here to kind of compare you, like what I was like when I didn't actually really care that much for what I was wearing. I might have liked some pieces about it and it might have been like styled okay, but like it wasn't styled in the way that like where I felt completely comfortable, and then when I actually feel completely comfortable. The next topic was what are you grateful for in this fashion? And that kind of goes into what I was just talking about. I am extremely grateful for all of the people that I met, specifically in old school Lolita fashion stuff. You guys are like the sweetest people I've met on the internet, to be honest. Like the most genuine, sweetest people I've met on the internet, like especially on my Instagram. I mean, like on my YouTube, of course, but like on my Instagram, it's a little bit more personable because I can, you know, like you can personally message people and comment. A little bit is more interactive sometimes. So being on my Instagram, I like ended up just like being on my fashion Instagram all of the time. In comparison to like just like my personal Instagram, I like it's like very inspiring for me every time I go on and I see all of my all the people that I connect with online that I like find as inspirations, like constantly posting like super cool outfits and just like being like completely themselves. It's just really inspiring, and I'm like so like, oh my god, you guys are like so cool. Like I'm like so proud of them for being who they are, and like I'm like I gotta hype you up because like you're like awesome. So that is like a huge thing that I'm really grateful for, and like people just being really nice to me in that like niche part of this already niche community, because just like I was saying, like when I first came back and I didn't feel like I was in the right place, or that I was like in the right like body of like Lolita. I ended up finding the people who I relate the most with and who like the same things I do. And I mean, it's very unfortunate because a lot of the people that I do chat with the most are not even like in the same country as me, or are extremely far away from me, or just at least many states away. And that really sucks because I really would love to be able to like go to an old school tea party or something along those lines, and I feel like there's always like different, it's just like a different vibe, and that's not hate on like non-old school Lolita things, and obviously I can wear old school to a Lolita event and that would be fine, but I just like, I feel like there's a different kind of vibe. It feels a little bit more casual, and I just feel like I would feel so much more comfortable, especially because a lot of the people who I talk to online who are interested in those areas of the fashion are like very close to my age, so we have a lot more in common in terms of like life progression and you know, what we've experienced and like what we're kind of dealing with as being like young adults in our early 20s. Whereas like in like my local comm, most people are at like around 28 to like in their early to mid 30s, and they're really awesome and nice, and I really love them, and I'm not saying I don't appreciate them, but it's just a little bit different. And yeah, so I'm really grateful for my local comm being really kind and stuff though too, because that's of course a plus. But because of those things that I just mentioned, I don't really like end up getting to go to as many events and stuff, because I just like I'm not in a place in my life right now where I can like spend a bunch of money to go and like do a community trip or something along those lines. I would love to do that in the future, and I probably will, but like right now I just like there's a little bit of a disconnect because of those things. So I'm just really grateful for the online community that I've met and the people, and like you guys like bring out interests that I didn't even know that I had to. So that's what I'm most grateful for. And the last one is, how do you handle wearing Lolita fashion or not wearing it to family holiday events? So this one's a little bit interesting to me because I feel like it kind of depends. But if this is going beyond my like family household, like beyond my immediate family, and we're talking about actual family holiday events where I have like my cousins and all of those kinds of people involved, I don't personally wear Lolita to them. Or if I do, it's like a blouse and a skirt kind of situation, and I wouldn't be wearing a petticoat or anything along those lines. I'd probably wear like tights or something, and like no tea parties or anything along those lines either. And this is because in my family I've always been kind of the black sheep. There's not really anybody else in my family who has like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm quirky, but like there aren't anybody in my family who has like quirky attributes in the sense of like they wear some interesting fashion, or they're interested in like even any little bit of like nerd culture, like not even like the basics nerd culture, like comic books or something, which I'm not even into things like superheroes, but we don't even have that. So like it's very, very I don't want to say the word vanilla in a negative sense, but that's basically what it is. So so because of that, I just never felt comfortable doing those things, and it's beyond just those reasons, because I am totally comfortable with going out in Lolita, because I could care less about if somebody came up to me and was like, what you're wearing is like ugly, or like it's stupid looking or something along those lines. Like I don't care, and I don't necessarily care about a family member saying that to me either, because like if I like it and I know other people like it, like I don't care. Like I like being an outsider person, being in those public places and seeing people in like a cool fashion or something, and like I would be like, oh, that person looks really cool, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people who also think that person looks really wacko or something, but like I know when I'm out too, I'm like, there's somebody who's probably thinking that that looks really cool. And plus like I just don't care anymore. Like I'm comfortable. I've worn like alternative things for a very long time. I would wear a lot of J fashion to high school and a little bit of middle school, so like I'm kind of used to that. But when it comes to family events, I don't, not just because of the fact that I would be an oddball in it, because that's not really the main reason. It's a lot of it is because a lot of people in my family don't like to try to understand things, and not in the way of like that they would argue with me about it. It's literally just because they would not care. They would probably say something along the lines of like, why are you wearing, or like they may not even ask something like why. They would probably be like, are you going to a cult church event or something like really ridiculous like that? And then you just kind of be like your response doesn't even matter, because by that time they're like laughing and walking away, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I want to put in the energy of wearing something for someone to just like insult me, or like pretend insult, like where they are acting like they're joking, but it's actually not funny at all. Like literally not funny at all. It's not even like a cute tease. I don't know, there's a difference between teasing and like saying something actually offensive and like pretending like it's a joke. Because like I don't like I like to stress that like I really don't care about their opinion at all. It's more so like the thing that frustrates me is that I can't even like explain or say something like even snippety back to them because they legitimately will not hear me because I don't matter that much. That sounds like really harsh, but that's literally how it is. They don't they're not that kind of type to do. So yeah. So that's why I don't wear it. Plus there's always like obnoxious stuff happening, like people there's always like someone's breaking something, someone's spilling something, and I don't want to take the risk of getting my Lolita ruined in that process, because anytime I brought something special anywhere, and this is not even just my family, this is anywhere in my life, I swear to God, if I brought anything special to school, if I brought anything special to a birthday party or something along those lines where there's like friends or other people around, I swear to you, I was always like, it would be like everything was fine, but then because I brought it to that thing where it was exposed to many people who I thought it was cool to show off it to or something along those lines, it would somehow get ruined, someone would steal it, or like I lose it. It was always something along those lines. So I kind of am like, I don't want something really valuable to get destroyed unless I am fully in control. And when I'm in those situations, I'm unfortunately not in control. Everything is out of my control. So that's why I don't do it. But I think that if you want to, you really should wear it. And if you are in an okay situation to do so, you should do it. And I don't want to make it sound like I am in a terrible situation, because that's just like, I've learned to deal with those things, and I'm sure anybody and most people have that kind of interaction with their families, like especially like extended. So I'm sure I'm not alone. But yeah, so I didn't mean to make it sound like depressing or anything like that. Like, don't worry, y'all, I'm totally fine with it because I've lived my whole life being the black sheep, so I know, I'm used to it, okay? So don't feel bad or anything along those lines, because when I'm saying it out loud it sounds really like sad, but I don't, it's like I'm just more so frustrated at that point. I just don't even give a shit. So I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I'm thankful for you. Yeah, see you later.